How would you like to never pay rent again?
Where'd you get the money to buy yourself a house?
Episode 3 sort of it's a little bit more of like a horror episode. I mean, the whole thing is, everything's scary. The whole show is scary on a number of different levels. How was Holy Ghost sort of explained to you?
Initially, we spoke about this feeling of displacement that Leti suffers from. What James Baldwin talks about when he says about the great shock that as a Black American you come to when you realize, your birthplace, this place that you owe your identity to, it hasn't actually evolved a space for you. And so having come from this death and this desire to be reborn, Leti, she's trying to create a space for herself, right? And she so desperately wants the people in her life to see her as a new person. And so I think, she's in this pattern of sabotaging relationships in her life because she's such a wanderer. She's such a drifter. She was a parentified child and she inherited this lineage of trauma. And when you are habitually abandoned, like she was by her mother, you seek this healing, you seek to rectify the situation, you seek security. In wanting to pioneer into an all-white neighborhood, she wants to create a space of her own. And she wants to build her tribe. That's why she moves her artist friends in and her sister in. And we see that through the exorcism, it's really what Misha and I realized after she walked up to me and she said, after we did the scene, she said, this is really, Leti needs to exercise herself, actually. And that's the rebirth, right? That she so desperately is in search of.
Move to the north side. It's nice.
If history is any indication, you won't last very long.
We know that there's like some shit going on with Leti Ruby. Like we've seen the money issues, but like what is the other subtext of their relationship? Like where is the other? I mean, they're half sisters. Where is the sort of disconnect having with them? Is it just Leti just like abusing her trust?
No, it's not. A lot of the issues stem from that mother-daughter split that they share. Ruby has been left with the burden of being responsible, of holding it down, taking care of her mother when her mother was sick, and being there. And there's that resentment that they have towards each other. I resent Ruby because she actually had a relationship with our mother, as flawed as it was. She resents me because she was left to deal with the shit from Eloise, right? And so while there's this real bond, as siblings, you're soulmates with each other. But that person also represents and triggers the very thing that you hate most about your life. And so that's why they have that clash with each other. It's the battle of the love and the hate that all stems from them trying to heal the split that they have from their mother. With Leti, she just so desperately wants to be seen as a new version of herself. Like, I am not fucking up anymore. I joined this budding movement. Like, I'm making all these choices to improve, to actually help out our community. Can't you see me for who I am now? And we know, like, family will always think of you as the 5-year-old that you were, or as the 14-year-old who fucked up, or as the young 20-year-old who screwed up. Part of that is so frustrating for Leti because her sister won't see the efforts, her efforts to change, her efforts to become a better person, to become less selfish. And it's just maddening.
Yeah, she's putting on a good front. She looks great all the time. She has cool friends, but like that's not really
she's quite wounded and she's quite broken. And really that's just her armor. When Misha and I were first talking about Leti, one of the things we were talking about was this idea of dignity. And in an era when the erasure of Black folks was so prevalent, Leti is going to try her damnedest to look good because it's the dignity that she is trying to not be robbed of, right? You won't erase me. I never met my grandmother, but I grew up hearing stories from my mom, aunt, uncles about this woman. She was the first Black Miss Galveston. And she raised 4 children as a single woman, cleaning homes for white folks. She would go to work every single morning, regardless of how they mistreated her, neglected her, underpaid her, abused her. She would go to work with her dress pressed and her hair and makeup done. And damn it, she was going to look good cleaning their homes because she didn't want them to rob her of her dignity. It was a very radical act. And that's where the rebellion of Leti is expressed outwardly is, you know, damn it, you're going to see me. You won't erase me.
Here we go.